activity? Is there a summer mission trip, or is that where you're going to be going to Gatlinburg?
Yes, yeah. We'll be in Maryville, working in Sevier and Blount counties, and so that will be a great event. It's $300. That includes everything. Once you're here, you do have to provide transportation here, but the same kind of idea. If there are folks coming from one general area, we work out, some carpooling.
Okay, so that $300 sort of covers your room, board, and the materials and stuff that you'll be using on the project.
Yep, exactly.
And that's going to be the Gatlinburg.
Yeah. We'll
actually
Wears Valley and Wallen kind of area. Yeah.
Hello, this is Pastor Terry Goodman, and I want to welcome you to the Wesleyan Connection. This podcast is primarily for the clergy and laity of the Holston Annual Conference. Join with me now as I take a look around the Connection and share some of the things happening in the churches of our annual conference. In this interview, I get an opportunity to sit down once again with Laura McClean. This time we are talking about junior and senior high assembly that's coming up in the summer of 2017, and also the summer mission trip that the youth will be involved in, which is going to be in the Maryville, Sevier County area, working on some of the areas that were affected by the fires last fall. So listen to the interview, pay attention to dates, and if you've never heard of junior high assembly or senior high assembly, tell some of the kids in your church about it. It's a great thing to get involved in, and if they want to get involved in the mission trip, they need to get on board with that as well. So here is the interview.
Okay, I'm talking with Laura McClean this morning, and I want to get an idea about some of the activities and events that the youth of our annual conference can be exposed to this coming summer. For instance, I'm looking on our wall and I see Senior High Assembly. What's that all about?
Senior and junior high assemblies, that week is one of my most favorite weeks of the year. I grew up going to assembly, so it's really fun to get to work with it now. And so I have heard assembly described as a summer camp on a college campus, which is probably a pretty good description. So for a week, every year we go to either Emory and Henry or Tennessee Wesleyan University. I have to watch myself to not call it college, but this summer we'll be back at Tennessee Wesleyan University. And so students live in the dorms for the week and have what we call family groups. And there are 2 adults, a male and a female, and then students who are of the same grade or sometimes 2 grades in each group. And so we have worship and we have family group time. We have interest groups, which is an opportunity for our leaders to share something that is of interest to them and also of interest to the students. And so we've done a little bit of everything with those. There's sometimes studies on certain books of the Bible. There's always one that about preparing for college that usually some of our campus ministers lead. Games, and so you get to choose every day what you want to go to there. And then we also have worship arts opportunities where you can take time to do visual arts or some photography, dance, music, drama, and throughout the week you work on something that is used in worship then on Thursday night. And so that has been a really neat thing to see how from there students take it back home to their churches. We've heard of churches who have started dance groups or drama groups because their students came back excited about it from assembly. So that's a lot of fun. And so the week is staffed by volunteers, which
I was one of those back about 1990 at Emory and Henry.
Yeah.
Fun, an interesting time,
yeah,
shall we say.
Absolutely. There is never a dull moment, and I think a lot of times the staff have as much fun as the kids do. And so we have pastors, we have youth ministers, teachers, just general volunteers, who love youth and want to be there to help out for the week. So they come and help provide leadership for the week. We have We have a speaker who Melissa Smith from First UMC Pulaski will be our speaker this year, and so we're excited about that. And so she leads us in our worship times each day. And junior high and senior high go on during the same week. But their worship times are separate, their family group times and interest group times are separate. And then in the evening, a lot of times we'll do some things together. We'll do group games or a scavenger hunt or, a little bit of everything. So.
Okay, when you say junior high, that starts sixth grade?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So 6th through completed 8th grade go to junior high, and then folks who have completed 9th through 12th grade go to senior high.
So someone finishing up 12th grade is still able to attend?
Yes, and we welcome them.
What kind of dates have you set those yet?
Yes, it is June 26th through the 30th this year, the last week in June. And we typically stick with that last week. Sometimes it overlaps into the first week of July, but that week. And cost, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, I believe it is $250 for the early bird price. We try to keep that as low as possible because we know that money is an issue, and it's difficult because there are a bazillion things going on for youth these days, and everything costs money. So but I do also want to say, if money is an issue, please call and talk to me, and we'll figure out a way to make something possible. Because
if anybody wanted to donate, is there a fund they could give to help with scholarships?
Absolutely. We have a fund set up with the Holston Conference Foundation. So if you wanted to donate, you could send money to here to the office, Attention Youth Ministries, and we could go from there. Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm trying to think. Do the parents have to get the child there, or is there like a bus that would pick them up and along the way and bring them? Or
that's a good question. Yes, parents typically do. Some districts kind of work together and bring a bus, or a lot of times folks will say, "Hey, we're coming from, say, Withville. Do you know anybody else that's coming from that area?" And so we can put them in touch to get there. Yes, exactly, okay. Because it's a Monday drop off and a Friday pickup, so that can be a challenge for parents.
So it's going to be at Tennessee Wesleyan University.
That's right.
The middle of the summer, so it's going to be a little warm and muggy down there.
Oh, yes.
But there'll be plenty of, I'm sure there's a swimming pool. I remember the swimming pool at Emory and Henry was the fun place to be at night.
Yeah.
Or in the evening to cool off.
Yeah. There actually is no pool at Wesleyan, which is a bit of a bummer, but there is an awesome area for Foursquare. That's always a super popular free time activity. A great field for ultimate frisbee, all kinds.
Could I suggest a long piece of plastic, soap and water?
That's a great. When we were at Hiwassee several years ago, we did a slip and slide there, and they have a huge hill, so people got up some big time speed on that one. But yes, that's a great plan.
Maybe you could get various district superintendents to go down there.
That's right.
As a fundraiser.
There
or
you
something.
go. That could raise some money for YSF, couldn't it? That would be fun.
Well, what else about summer youth activity? Is there a summer mission trip, or is that where you're going to be going to Gatlinburg?
Yes, yeah. We'll be in Maryville, working in Sevier and Blount counties, and so that will be a great event. It's $300. That includes everything. Once you're here, you do have to provide transportation here, but the same kind of idea. If there are folks coming from one general area, we work out, some carpooling.
Okay, so that $300 sort of covers your room, board, and the materials and stuff that you'll be using on the project.
Yep, exactly.
And that's going to be the Gatlinburg.
Yeah, we'll
actually
Wears Valley and Wallen kind of
yeah.
area. Yeah. So yeah, and then if we finish up our work there may be some work around Blount County and that kind of thing too. So, and then in the evenings we'll have Roger Williams, I believe, is going to be the band there for worship, and there's going to be a speaker as well. So there will be those worship opportunities once we're done on the work site. So that'll be good too.
Sounds like you have a fine summer laid out for the youth of our annual conference. Or if I missed something other than junior, senior high assembly. Is it CCYM mission trip?
Yep.
That's what you sort of refer to it as?
Yep. Yeah. Youth in Mission.
Youth in Mission.
Yep.
What else is going on?
Those are the biggest things. Of course, there are youth that go to annual conference, mostly CCYM, but we have had some other youth from local churches or districts that have been elected that join up with us. So we all stay together and
at the house.
I've
had my sons go through there. I guess Jacob will probably be heading there this year.
Yeah. So we have a lot of fun, and it's really neat to see annual conference from their perspective too, because a lot of times I think as adults we get cynical and bogged down in things, and then to talk to them about the same session I just sat through is always exciting to hear the hope and the excitement that they see in things. So it's a fun way to spend annual conference for sure.
Well, I want to thank you for sharing your time with me this morning, and I hope the listeners out there will be sharing the ideas of these various events with their churches, and get involved. Get your youth involved and help them to make a difference in the lives of some folks, and it might just change their life as they become on fire for Jesus. And who knows, there might be a minister out there in the group waiting to happen. So thank you, Laura, and I'm wishing you the best with the ministries and stuff this summer.
Thank you so much.
This is Pastor Goodman. Thanks for listening to this edition of the Wesleyan Connection. Be sure to check back often for more podcasts.